Okay, so just a real quick message, and not a quick message that this is a quick thing. Just little messages here and there are going to start to add up into a bigger picture, because this is actually a beautiful thing. This coronavirus is actually unifying consciousness. It's a stimulus, it's a catalyst to unify and kind of put a pause on the trajectory that humanity was going for a while. Something had to really, every human being right now around the world is aware of this virus, and the hype that's behind it has been through the media, right? So what it is to actually everybody to look within and to actually see and increase the love that we have within ourselves, to really slow things down and realize what's important. What's important is your health. What's important is the love light body that you possess. No more distracting yourself with just external, superficial stuff. It's really to go within. And if you really think about it, it's actually a metaphor for trauma. Okay, it's a metaphor for trauma. There's like a frenzy right now. It's crazy how you go into stores and shelves are empty. Like, all that is a very fearful energy injecting into people's consciousness, that whoever responds to that more is the one that has more fear and unresolved trauma within the body. It's an opportunity. It's almost like this virus. If I just always ignored my shit and I never understood why I'm depressed, and I never understood the things that made me upset, and I just always kind of put it underneath the rug of my emotional consciousness, and I stuck it in the basement of my consciousness, I would use this as a scapegoat to really get rid of my shit. I'd be like, oh my God, here's an opportunity for me to really offload everything that I feel that I've always been not allowed to show. So I'm gonna go crazy in the stores and take all the toilet paper. Honestly, like, really, I'm not the only one that thinks this is crazy. So that right there is just a symbol of the energy and the times that we are living in. And this was necessary, okay? The weaker your immune system is, obviously, that is going to cough up a lot of these traumatic responses and reactions to, clearing the shelves at the stores. So it's really important to go within and to make sure you have a good support system in order to feel safe, but to just trust your spirit and trust that your essence that you're made of has your back. Your essence, your original self, also they call it the higher self, which is the highest version that your spirit can ever attain to or ever become. In your evolutionary process of your spirit, while you're here, you're going through an evolutionary journey to revolutionize your spirit, okay? To get it to the highest version that it can become, the most advanced, the most, for lack of a better term, to its purest form, which is love and light, okay? And we go through a lot of shit on this planet. We go through a lot of experiences, betrayals, heartbreak, all the things that really just make us cry on an emotional level. And we all have access to this emotional human spectrum of emotions, fear. Well, that's why we can all feel this, because we all know what fear feels like, but we know what fear feels like because we know what love feels like, and we know that it's like an unwanted feeling. So I'm being told to tell you guys, just be peace and love as much as you can. And if that actually involves looking at something that you've been ignoring, like looking at a problem that you have, or a tendency, or a disturbance in your upbringing, it's actually telling you to increase the love and look at it and give those aspects of your emotional body, because we all have different bodies. We have a physical body, an emotional body, and a mental body. We have all these bodies that I know we're not taught in schools. We're not taught meditation. We're not taught that we have all these different bodies, even the non-physical, which is your emotional body, which is what I'm an expert in, because I've always been connected to my emotions. I've even been called too emotional. And that was a trauma that I had to deal with and release, because I always used to backseat myself, because I was like, well, if I'm too emotional for people, then maybe I should just shut up. No, that's not true. I was always connected to my emotions. And one of the reasons why I was given that skill and that talent and that ability to be connected to emotion, to human emotion, even to animal emotion, was to deliver these messages. So I'm starting to do that now. Whether these videos are edited or unedited or whatever, it doesn't matter. I have to do it when I'm prompted to, because it is intense, it's huge, and it's an activation for humanity to really start to unify, to understand the things that are unconscious need to become brought conscious. So the things that, and the emotions that are traumas and triggers in your body, that whenever you get triggered is basically a negative response to something, that is an opportunity to go within. So we can look at this virus as an opportunity to go within and start to solve those unresolved issues of our emotional body. And there's no more, let me go to the bar and just develop an addiction to deal with this. No, you have to really go within, whether you have a therapist or just want to lead a therapeutic living. There's like, even online, you can start to talk to somebody if you have no one to talk to. I right now don't have appointment times where I can openly take people, but I will soon, because I am, those of you who know me, I am a mom, a full-time mom. But soon I will be taking appointments where I can start doing my shadow work. My shadow work is trauma healing. I basically go take you into a hypnosis so that you can heal all your shadows. So your shadows are basically your unresolved traumas. And that for humanity is an opportunity to really unite and understand that we are all one. That nothing that I'm going through is nothing that anybody else has not gone through, because we all have access to everything that makes us feel powerless. And sometimes when you're too far gone, it develops into a dysfunction. And that dysfunction affects other people, affects society. You know, that's how criminal behavior is even born. Neglect. So much emotional neglect has brought us to this point. And we have to be confident enough to make these videos. So if you have a message and you're getting it from your higher self, which is basically the oversoul of your spirit, something that you're connected to in the non-physical, really start to deliver those messages, because you never know who it can help. And really it is just a manifestation of a cry for help for Earth that needs to be taken care of more. We are basically using Earth as if like we're parasites, and we need to start being more conscious of the resources and how we use them, and, you know, get rid of plastic. And it's ridiculous what we do. Animal testing, like, nowhere is that should be allowed. It should not be allowed. It just should not be allowed. Okay, so to be honest with you, this coronavirus is necessary. It's necessary for humanity to wake up and to really understand what's important. And what's important is love. Love yourself enough to heal those traumas that cause unconscious behavior, because this unconscious behavior is why it came to such a culminating point that we are just sleepwalking, destroying this planet, destroying our bodies. You know, these viruses are, yes, they're man-made, but they're spread via unconsciousness. So take care of yourself. Make sure you take your vitamins today. I'm going to say that again. Make sure you take your vitamins today. Take care of your vessel, your body. You are given one body, and that is your house, okay? It's going to house your emotions. It's going to house your well-being, and that needs to be taken care of. And once you start to elevate, like the consciousness of your cells, your DNA starts to go back into the crystalline structure, that celestial, beautiful, magic plasma light that we're made of, which is above, which is what the non-physical is, okay? It oscillates at a faster rhythm and not so slow like we are here in this dimension. This is spirituality, okay? This is like my jam. This is like what I'm meant to do. And I will be asking you if you can support my channel. And it's okay. I'm real. I'm raw. I'm unedited. You guys see me with makeup, without makeup, with a pimple, with no pimple, whatever. It's fine. I'm Diana, and I'm here to help end human suffering and make sure that if you have a message that you really feel is going to help somebody, really start to put it out there just on a conscious level. We have to rely on our pioneer soul family, you know, conscious spiritual community to really start putting these messages out, because to be honest with you, this coronavirus does have masked within it something beautiful. It's not a frenzy to panic, because that is just your fear body activating, and that means you cannot ignore it anymore. You cannot ignore the fears. You have to go within and start to resolve these fears. And once you do, you have less weight in your emotional body, and you're lighter, and you are more aligned with your DNA, which actually starts to restructure and starts to integrate the rest of the strands that we are part of, that magical star family that you're part of. And you'll understand more what your essence is. You'll understand more who you are. You won't be questioning, what's my purpose? Who am I? Hiding behind identities. No, you'll be integrated, full, wholesome, into completion. I hope everybody is well. Don't forget to take care of your vessel. Love and light for all.